Hello and welcome to Mind and Marshall, where I provide advanced influence strategy with basic understandings to help you get more from your business. Okay, so today what I want to talk about is something that's essential to acquire more customers and clients for your business. This is very powerful, and without it, it can leave your sales message quite limp and ineffective. So, what I'm about to divulge has been used by some of the greatest Hollywood directors and screenwriters on the planet. Now, you might be wondering, well, how does fictional elements like Hollywood movies help you in your business? Well, by the end of this session, not only will you know why it will help, but you'll be looking for new and exciting ways to implement it to your business, because it's something that will get you remembered. And anyone with any kind of marketing background can agree that the most important part of any marketing and sales effort is to be remembered long term. Because if you spend a ton of money on creating a sales message that's forgotten about within an hour or two, then you have A, wasted a lot of money, and B, done nothing to grow your identity. Now, assuming everything else is correct, you focused on highly targeted prospects, your offer's right, and the timing's right too, then the implementation of the strategy should easily make your sales message more engaging, more memorable, and translate into more bottom line sales. Because this has been a key element for me personally, and a lot of the promotions I've done in both online and offline to sell numerous products and services, including my own book, my coaching program, as well as products in health, financial, and business opportunity, especially when it comes to building out a sales funnel. And that's because it focuses on a very powerful psychological trigger that is almost impossible for the human mind to ignore, which is what makes it the perfect tool for creating irresistible market communication for your audience. But before I can really tap into this methodology, you need to understand the origins of where it comes from. And this dates back as far as 1920, when Russian psychologist by the name of Zeigarnik made a fascinating discovery regarding memory. When she conducted a study of memory, asking subjects to remember complete tasks and incomplete tasks, she found that the incomplete tasks were easily remembered. Now, this was because when something is left incomplete, it can cause tension in the brain, which is almost impossible for us to ignore. It sends our level of suspense through the roof and makes us want to seek a form of closure. This is sometimes referred to as the cliffhanger effect and has been prevalent in Hollywood since the very beginning. So when you reach the end of an episode or the end of a box set season or even the end of a film, the Zeigarnik effect always leaves you wanting more. Now, a good example of this is the Hollywood blockbuster Inception. If you've ever seen the film before and you've watched it to the very end, there's a spinning top involved. Now, throughout the film, the spinning top was always a way for Leonardo DiCaprio to keep track of whether he was dreaming or not. If the spinning top fell over, he was awake. If it kept spinning, it meant he was still dreaming. It stopped him from blurring the lines of reality, what was real and what wasn't. Now, in the final scene of the film, the spinning top spins, but it also cuts the credits immediately afterwards. So, till this day, I'm still not very sure whether he was dreaming or not at the end. But what it did do is leave a lasting impression, and that's ultimately what you want from your marketing messages. And this is what makes suspense-driven headlines so effective, because they're so hard to ignore. So by creating a level of curiosity, uniqueness, and usefulness, it's like the perfect cocktail for hooking your prospect and can be extremely effective in getting your prospect to see, read, or see and listen to what you have to say, because they'll need to know how it ends. And for anyone who uses the internet regular, this is why people fall for clickbait. It's because we're drawn in by the headline and it makes us want to know more. The problem with clickbait is it's usually not relevant. So the headline just gets you to click on it and then it takes you to something that's highly irrelevant. But because we're serious influencers, we don't use clickbait. So any market communications we do send will be relevant, and when our prospect does click on it, it's because they will want to know more and they're in the right place to know more. So what you need to be doing is thinking about what relevance you could bring to your market, then which bits you could take out to leave blanks, which will make your prospect have to know the answer to. And the only way they can get the answer and fill in these gaps is by either reading more of your sales message or completing your sales funnel. One of the key reasons why most people fail to market their product or service effectively is because it's not memorable enough. So if you want to be a successful influencer and get your products remembered, then this is the strategy that you definitely need to implement. Okay? Now that concludes today's session. So just to summarize, we talked about what the Zeigarnik effect is and how it affects the human mind. And we also looked at how it can be applied to our own businesses. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email us at questions@cybernomics.com or message us on the Facebook page, Mind of Marshall. Or if you're stuck and overwhelmed by all the influencing strategies that we've discussed so far and would like help with implementation, then apply for one-on-one coaching and work with me personally as I guide you through from start to finish and take you from wet behind the ears, rookie, and turn you into a seasoned money-churning professional. It's going to be good, and it can shave a lot of time and money off your journey. So if all that sounds good to you, then apply to work with me at apply@cybernomics.com. Please note I only deal with serious people, so you won't be accepted purely based on the fee. Your approval is based on other factors, so nobody's time's wasted, especially not mine. So unless you're serious, you're unlikely to be accepted. Okay? But, feel free to apply anyway, and we'll go from there. Okay, until next time, ES Marshall, over and out.
Money chain situation. Money chain situation.